job with those guys. They're very opportunistic and made some big plays on us. Again, we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot and expect to win a Pac-12 football game. And we've got to stop doing that. So we've got to find a way to coach it better and a way to play it better. We're not going to win with that many turnovers. That's just the bottom line.
Like, that's been the theme in all three of your losses. So
yep.
That's obviously half your games at this point. So what do you guys do to try to stop doing that?
Everything we do work on in practice, and the kids got to go do it in the game. Until we stop doing that, if we don't do that in games, we'll win games. If we do it in games, we'll lose games. It all goes back to turnover ratio. And we just gave them plays today. And they had that one lucky play where we caused a fumble, and they get it and run it in. In the NFL, that's not a play. You know, it goes back to where it was. So that's one there. But after that, we've got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot to be able to have an opportunity to win against good football teams.
Did this game kind of feel like anytime you guys did have a good play like that, it still went against you guys? It was kind of a
yeah, it was one of those times. You just got to make your own breaks, and the kids are still fighting, and they'll always fight. They have good character. We've got to coach smarter and play smarter, and take care of the football. We can beat anybody we play in the Pac-12. Anybody if we take care of the football. And we got to cause some more turnovers.
Coach, how much of the pressure they were putting on the QB affect what you wanted to do?
Well, we got behind, so they were able just to feast a little bit. At the end there, we were still throwing and doing something. I could have just run the ball and run the clock out, and we would have eliminated 3 more sacks. They made some pressure. We had some guys wide open down the field. We could have got it off and been big plays. And they did a good job defensively applying pressure. We picked it up quite a few times too. But it's one of those situations where we were kind of playing behind the 8 ball, and they knew it, so you could kind of attack it a little bit. And if you just run the ball every time there and don't gain any yards, then you're not trying to win the football game. So we had to try to find a way to try to come back and win it.
Did it surprise you at all that Berkovici ran as much as he did?
No, it did not. I thought in the UCLA game they started using him as a dual threat guy, and he was more comfortable, so I thought they would run him in this game. We were prepared to stop it. We did sometimes we didn't. We misread it a few times. Something that we've worked on, I'd say 100 times since fall camp started, and our kids didn't play it right.
How much growth does your offensive line need if you guys are going to get better and start winning some of these Pac-12?
Well, we just keep putting in replacements, and then when you fall behind like that, then you kind of get out of your game plan. You got to go throw, and they know it. So we just got to keep working at it and keep maturing. Some of those guys that played tonight for the first time, they'll be better next week.
You talking about moving Callahan over to right tackle?
I don't know. We'll look at it tonight, look at it some more and see. I mean, not tonight, tomorrow morning when we get off the airplane at 5 in the morning.
Well, what was the reasoning that went into putting him at right tackle tonight?
We put him over there. We getting beat pretty good, and wanted to see what Shane looked at and moved around some guys on the line to see if it would work better.
You talk about that last series, you put Sefo back in there, the game pretty much out of reach. As much as he's been getting hit, why put him back out there?
We were trying to keep the ball moving, try to keep going, and that's why we did it.
How do you keep your team's morale, up instead of them kind of going back to a negative mentality?
That's up to those kids in that locker room. We're doing everything we can. We tell them we believe in them, how much you believe in them. They just got to keep fighting. If they don't turn the ball over, they'll win football games. Bottom line. Bottom line. So they got to make sure they do that.
As a staff, what can you guys do to? Is there
everything
anything
we're doing?
Yeah.
We just keep doing it. Keep pushing with them, keep working with them, keep loving them, keep caring for them, and keep believing in them. That's what you do. And find a way to uplift them and keep pushing them, but they've got to go out there and make the plays.
Sefo, you just talk about the disappointment of coming down here and having another blowout loss to these guys.
Yeah, definitely frustrating. No one ever wants to get blown out in anything, and so it's definitely frustrating. And we just got to learn from the mistakes so that our opponent next week can't take advantage of that.
You got hit a lot out there tonight. How are you holding up? Okay. How do you feel now?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You good? That's good. I'm good. If you guys want to play a couple more quarters, we can go. You have to have a certain mindset and a certain toughness in college football, and especially in the Pac-12, and especially when the team's bringing a lot of pressure. And so, I'm doing well. We'll be ready to go next week.
Can I assume you knew that they were going to put a lot of pressure on you?
Yeah. They're known for that, for bringing lots of pressure, 1 or even 2 guys off the edge, and so I definitely knew we had some things to counter that. But we just didn't execute tonight.
Steph, I know you keep saying that whenever we ask you about your health, but you get up slow a lot of times from those hits. I mean, how hard is it to be getting hit as hard and as often as you've been the last few weeks, especially?
I'm not gonna lie, it's tough, but you just got to put it in the corner of your mind and push yourself and be determined to keep fighting. Because especially if you're on this team, you have to be a fighter. You gotta grind out things, and it's tough, But you just got to get up and keep going. It's basically the same thing that I've been trying to tell people all the time. Is you just take it one play at a time, get back up and keep fighting.
How much is it affecting your game, do you think?
It shouldn't. I don't care how many times I get hit. I'm hard on myself, and I don't think the hit should affect anything.
But do you feel like it is at all?
I feel sore after games. That's the only time that I think it's affected me. And obviously mental. You can be as hard or as strong as you want to be mentally, but eventually it takes a toll. But I think I deal with it very well for the most part.
How do you guys keep losses like this from affecting next week and kind of that here we go again type of mentality in the locker room?
Yeah, you got to put a freaking big chip on your shoulder, because I don't want to take any steps backwards. I think that we had a pretty good start to the season, and I don't want to go back to last year or even the year before that, because that's really frustrating and really upsetting, because I know how talented this team is and in all phases, and we're just missing something. And I think we just got to believe in ourselves and push ourselves to fight, because we know we can compete with these teams this week, last week against Hawaii, and we just got to focus up and get ready for Arizona next week.
Any idea what this team is missing right now?
I don't. I'm sitting and trying to think about what it is, and I don't even think it's schematically something. I just think it's a belief factor, and being able to push ourselves. Because there's good teams, in the Pac-12, and they're going to score points. But I think that we're doing too many self-inflicting things, especially on offense, that hurts us overall and ultimately puts us in a big hole to try and climb out of.
Shea, Cepho was in here saying he feels like something's missing with this team. He doesn't really know quite what it is. Tell me what you think's going on with this team right now.
I feel everything's there. We just gotta execute to a high level. Do what needs to be done, and everybody just do their role. And that's what it come together.
Last couple of weeks, they've gotten a lot of pressure on Cepho. Does it seem like that's really disrupting the timing of this offense?
Kinda. It's like that they get pressure, and then it throws off the timing. And if we can just hold up, then we'll make plays at the receiver spot.
You guys had some injuries and a lot of moving parts on the offensive line. How much do you think that's really affecting this offense?
I don't think it's affecting the offense at all. One person goes down, the next person steps in. They know what to do. They just got to execute.
Talk about early in this game, it got away from you guys, a couple of mistakes. You guys, ASU had some nice field position early on. How tough was that just to fall in that hole early on?
It was tough to get things going. You had no momentum. Stuff's not going your way. We're putting the defense in a bind. It's just we got to move the ball, at least get the ball past the 50 for the defense, at least.
How do you guys rally in this season instead of kind of falling down the path that you guys went on last year?
Come together. We don't want to be a 3-win team, go from 1 win to 2 wins to 3. We don't. Just come together and just get that mindset of we can win every game. So just come next week, practice, and be ready for the next team.